Happy Sunday, you sexy beasts. I hope that you're having a fantastic Sunday. This week's nugget, I want to discuss workout intensity and the importance of it. Now, before I start with this, I want to remind you that any workout, whether it's shitty or effective, is way better than a workout that you have not performed due to the lack of interest or effort. So even if you're having a bad day, you doing the best you can for what is thrown at you for that day, whether it's low energy, just not in the right mindset, you're still going to get something out of it. So please take this nugget with a grain of salt with your approach to your workouts. I think there's a couple of reasons why as women it is much harder for us to put on muscle genetically compared to men. Genetically, we just don't have the hormone to support it like men do, and also I think their mindset when they get into the gym is different. I mean, I speak to women on a regular basis that say they don't like to go into the common area where the men are just because they are so intense. So I think that is part of it, right? It's a little bit of a type of energy that we're just not comfortable with. But in saying that, I think we do really need to try to get our strong women mindset into action during these workouts, because intensity of your workout, focus of the workout is going to make a very, very big impact on how much you get out of it. So please remember, it is not easy for us to put on muscle. So the intensity of which we are putting into these workouts is very important. Now, I know some of you have injuries. I know some of you have been advised by doctors not to lift too heavy due to health concerns, etc. So please, again, everyone is individual, and if you are still moving your body, it's still better than not. But if you're having a good day and you don't have any injuries that you're dealing with at the moment, please keep the intensity and the focus of your workouts as high as you possibly can. Get that strong woman mindset in and just dig deep, because those last 2 reps of each set are going to make the biggest impression. So I'm going to demo sort of what I'm talking about. First, load is also going to be important. And I know a lot of us are in our home gyms or are traveling in trailers and only have a very limited amount of weights and bands, etc. So you're going to also, in terms of intensifying the workout, maybe not do it with load, but maybe tempo changes. So instead of you doing the tempo in which I've been specific on, you slow it down even more, you add more of a pulse in between the concentric and eccentric phases, or you just have to do more reps until maybe you add more weight into your gym or have access to heavier weights. Again, something is always better than nothing. You can always put 2 dumbbells in your hand to make it more intense, or you can grab 2 bands and add intensity that way. So load has to be appropriate. If the last 2 haven't been a challenge in that set, I don't want to say you're wasting your time, but if you concentrate on those last 2 reps without compromising your form, of course, being very, very difficult, uncomfortable, maybe even reaching failure at the beginning of the workout, maybe at the end, with energy going down, you may not do that. But that is the mindset that I want you to have as you are pushing hard. Okay, so my phone is ringing. I just want to make sure that it's not stopping. Okay, so I have 25-pound dumbbells in front of me to do a bicep, like a concentration curl here. This is going to be a challenging load for me. So I want us to, of course, listen to my cues. If I'm not explaining how to do something in the video, I try to write little cues to remind you. So please pay attention to all those cues and all my notes that I write down for you, because form, of course, is going to be the most important thing. Never compromise your form over anything, okay? So if you have to lighten the load to do this properly, then of course do so, and keep things very controlled and make sure you're focusing on the muscle that's doing the work, right? So you're not focusing, or you're not talking to your child or your dog. You're actually in the zone of what is my muscle going to be doing as I work this. This is your time, your effort. Make it the best time and make it the most effective that you can. So this is an hour of your day. Allow yourself a break, take away the distractions, and focus on this. So elbow is in my inner thigh. This is feeling heavy. Almost by rep 2 or 3, I'm gonna start suggesting or thinking in my head that maybe I grabbed a heavier weight or too heavy of a weight. So then maybe I would have a 20 or even a 15-pound dumbbell lying around just in case I needed to drop set to finish the rep range that me, your trainer, has specified. So here it is, full range of motion, elbow doesn't move. Elbow can't move up and down because then you're pulling other parts of your upper body, right? So elbow in nice and tight, no wrist. You're coming up until you no longer feel a workload. If you're not feeling work up here, then there's no point in coming up here. So full range of motion, so you're strengthening and lengthening the full range of motion. So this is actually a little bit too, I'm not getting my range of motion. So I'm gonna scooch back on my BOSU or bench or whatever I have, so I do get that full extension, lengthening of the muscle. Time under tension for that muscle is very important. We want to make sure that the muscle is under that tension through the entire movement. So there's a point up here, there isn't any tension, and there's a point in here that you're going to want to stop because the weak link is going to stop you from doing the full range of motion. This weak link is what people don't strengthen, and as a result, grip strength decreases. And once grip strength decreases, we turn into fragile old ladies that have to ask our husbands to unscrew the cats. So we want to make sure that we're doing full range of motion so we stay as strong as possible, making sure we can do all the day-to-day things for as long as we possibly can. So elbows in, I feel work now all the way down. I'm not locking my joint, right? It's still going to go full range of motion, but I'm not locking it because that's where the pressure is, right? So still full range with a slight bend in that elbow. You're gonna come up, no wrist, think biceps, and then you're gonna come all the way down. Okay, full range of motion. This is 2, 3, feeling it. 4, 5, so notice my upper body isn't moving. 6, let's see if I can do 7, 7, and then I'm going to lower it to make sure that eccentric phase gets the most out of that last rep. 7 reps for a small leg bicep is pretty low, so that's when I would probably grab my 15 or 20 and finish to whatever that rep range is that I have been told to do. So as you can, I just grabbed a heavier weight than I normally did, just so I wouldn't be doing 15 biceps here to keep this video short. So that is what I need to see, okay? This is what I need from you, is there's a struggle, I'm pushing hard, I'm uncomfortable. The last rep, you're putting down as slowly as you can. You're going to want to do this. When you're done, please do not do that. Think about how much more you're getting out of that set if you fail it to the end. So please, ladies, push yourself through these workouts with proper loads, with proper tempos, and proper form. But most importantly, the intensity, the mindset, has to be something that you make sure you're considering each and every day.